Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to finally share with you guys some organizational ideas around my house. I have been meaning to get around to these videos for such a long time, but my focus was just kind of like getting my holiday videos out and showing you guys some holiday inspiration. Now that that is finally done, I am going to be focusing more on organization. I have many areas in my house that I have to tackle, and I'm going to be starting off with my kids' toy area. First thing I do is clean all the toys. I do this at least once a month. If your kids are older, you can skip this step, but for me, my rule before organizing is to clean everything. I use 2 tablespoons of dish soap and a few drops of any disinfectant spray. My kids are still young, so they put things in their mouth and our toys get dirty really quickly. So as long as all these toys are safe to submerge underwater, I already have them in some bins. So I just pretty much use the same bins and I soak them in there and I let it soak for at least about 10 to 15 minutes. So you want to make sure that you're not soaking any toys that are wooden or any magnets or any toys that have any batteries or anything in them. Those kind of toys you kind of have to wipe with a cloth. Now after I got all those toys soaked in, I'm going to be focusing on this area. I basically pulled everything out or most things out and I categorized them. And I already decluttered the toys that I don't want. If there are extras of some toys, then I'm pretty much just putting it in the bag. I'm going to give some to my mom and some to my mother-in-law to keep at their house so that the kids have toys when they go over there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start to wipe all their toys that are going to remain and that are large and cannot be submerged underwater. So for all of these toys that I'm wiping down directly with the cleaner, I made sure that I am using a baby-friendly cleaner so that if my kids do even put it in their mouth, that it is kind of safe. The toys that I submerged in water, I did use a disinfectant spray, but because they're going to be rinsed, I'm not worried about any chemical residue with them. Now guys, I'm going to continue on and cleaning. Now I wish this project was as easy as it looks in this video, but honestly it was actually very overwhelming because I let the toys get too cluttered for a very long time. I usually used to be more on top of my stuff, but for the longest time I just kind of gave up. But now I'm finally getting around to it and I hope to maintain this system so that it stays organized. So my advice to you guys is don't let your kids' toy area get that messy where you kind of just prolong for it to get organized. Just kind of keep it decluttered as much as you can. It'll be so much more easier in the long run. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much rinse off those toys that I was cleaning earlier, and I lay out some towels on my countertop and I just pretty much let them air dry. And usually I let them air dry overnight because I don't like to put away the toys even if they're slightly wet because it just creates a really nasty odor. And now I'm going to go ahead and continue wiping down some more toys with a baby-friendly cleaner since these are not going to be rinsed over with water. Just in case if you're wondering what cleaner to use, I use Dapple. It's kind of like a multi-purpose cleaner for kids stuff, but you can kind of use any multi-purpose cleaner that's more eco-friendly or whatever you want to call it. Now I'm showing you guys how your countertops will be full if you are cleaning toys. Just make sure you have lots of towels handy. I dumped all of the toys, so I have a little sink rack over here where I threw in a lot of the toys as well because I was running out of towels. And then I'm just piling up all the toys in a bin that are already wiped, and that is the spray I was talking about.
Pero tal vez estás con otro que no te quieres. Pero yo te quisiera más que 1000 mujeres. Y no hay que doler pa' sanar y cerrar esta herida.
So for those of you who don't know me personally, I have been an early childhood educator for 6 years before starting a family and becoming a stay-at-home mom. I love to organize and have a home for everything, and I want to teach that for my children as well. Keeping the play area organized is beneficial for your children as they will learn independence, and it just allows them to tidy up by themselves. And also, cleaning toys was so routine that I kind of just made my own routine at home ever since I had kids. So now what I'm doing here is I purchased this beautiful basket from HomeSense, and I used to have a diaper caddy in which I stored their diapers, lotions, diaper creams and whatnot, but lately the kids were making that a toy and it was just getting out of hand, and I didn't really need a caddy anymore as we kind of just have like designated times to do diaper changes. So I want to declutter those plastic storage containers, and I want to place those things in this basket and like just keep all the diapers and wipes in there. And now I'm going to be moving on to the plastic storage containers. One is going to be strictly just for like arts and crafts and, you know, literacy workbooks, anything like that, and the other one I'm going to be taking up to my daughter's room. I'm not sure if you can tell, but by this time I was so exhausted that I was on the floor and I was just kind of having my husband pass things to me because I was so tired to get on and off from the floor. So I'm just like organizing her artwork. I'm keeping artwork that's like very meaningful to her, and I'm gonna declutter the rest, just put it in recycling because she probably doesn't even remember. It's just like a scribble or two, and I'm gonna continue organizing that and then shortly be making labels. We are almost done, guys. I'm gonna be shortly starting to make labels so that I can place them on top of all of those drawers so that I know exactly where everything belongs. So I got this label maker off of my cousin. It's a Dymo. I'm pretty sure you can find this from like any store or even Amazon, and I pretty much printed labels for everything that belongs in these drawers. So each drawer is going to be labeled, and I don't know if you guys know about this Cricut machine. It's like a personalized label maker. It is so fancy, but you can like personalize how you want your labels to look like. I feel like I'm gonna eventually do that, but for now, just to get things mainly organized, this is the most easiest and more affordable way, and maybe later down the road I'll invest in one of those machines and make my own little labels. I'm not sure why I do this to myself, but I always stay up so late just getting things done because it's the only time I get where I can focus on these large projects. But if you can already tell, this was all filmed when we were getting our accent wall done, and there was just like so many things going on, but because I already started this, I wanted to finish it off. I'm so glad that the arts and crafts little drawer is organized. I'm going to be putting that in the mudroom, and then that gray one over there is just going to go in my daughter's closet. Now this is the diaper caddy I was talking about. So lately it just became like a junk keeper. There was random things in there. I was constantly stocking up diapers from like that plastic drawer to the diaper caddy, and then for the kids to just dump it out. So what I'm gonna do with this basket is, instead of having different areas where I store their belongings, I'm gonna put all of their belongings in this basket. So this basket is gonna have their diapers, their wipes, lotions, any powder, extra clothes, my lotion as well, because we're constantly lotioning our hands by washing them so frequently. They get so dry. So I'm gonna pop all of those things in there, and then I have this little box that has their nail accessories like nail cutter, nail filer, and then their hair stuff, because we're always getting our hair done on the main floor. So I decided to wrap it up and continue this project the following day because I was just exhausted. The toys were still wet. Any toys that were completely dry, I popped into the bin, and I'm gonna carry on the following days. So we are on to day 2 of this organization project that I have, and what's pretty much left is just labeling all the bins. I already went ahead and got all the toys placed back into the bins. They were completely dry. They just felt so much more cleaner, and now I just placed all the labels down here, and I'm going to slowly attach them to the right bins. And eventually I do want to do picture labels because that's what we kind of used to do in childcare. We would have picture labels because, you know, kids don't really read until they're about 4.5 to 5 years of age. So that way it'll be helpful for my youngest as well to place things where they belong, and for my eldest too. So here is the final organized look. I'm already loving how it looks. It just feels so much more neater. I wasn't gonna put toys on top of the shelf, but then I thought they don't fit in the bins anyway, so I might as well kind of display them at the top. And that organizer is from IKEA, by the way, guys. I think it's called the Trofast organizing system. I could be wrong. I will link it down below. And I'm just going to show you guys how I kind of categorized all of their toys. Like we have a food bin, kitchen utensil bin, block bin, puzzle bin, and so forth. So everything is now labeled. You can have a look if you need some ideas. I would love for you to get some inspiration from this. Make sure you guys tag me if you decide to organize your play areas. I would love to see it. So in their play area, we just have play mats. There's no carpet. We just want to keep it very kid friendly. That's our junk corner over there. Please ignore that. So here's the basket. I already tested it out this morning to see like how our routine goes with like having their diapers changed, me doing their hair, and it's pretty much worked out really well for us. I have another basket over here. I love baskets, by the way, if you can't tell. I have our prayer mats in there. That's Islamic wall art made by my aunt. We actually have that matching to our old decor in our house, and that is also a sectional sofa. Yes, we have 2 sectional sofas now from our old house. I feel like it fit this play area perfectly. This is my daughter's block that, you know, my husband made. She didn't want to break it before she slept, so we kept it on the table for her to, you know, see the following day. Now we're into the mudroom. I'm showing you the arts and crafts drawer. We have like flashcards, we have stickers, everything is labeled. So anytime she wants something, if I'm not home and my husband is there, he knows exactly where to find everything. Things are labeled, and it is just so much more easier to get to. And it'll also be kind of like accessible to her, but not fully. I feel like if it's in our main living area, she's just gonna be pulling out random things throughout the day. So I want to try to have like a designated time when we do arts and crafts. And yeah, well, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you guys organize your areas, don't forget to tag me. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.